My name's Lynne and I'm from Edinburgh. I work for Chest, Heart and Stroke Scotland. I have done for 2 years, and I'm a manager in the admin department. About 5 years ago, my dad had been in hospital. He'd been taken in because he had type 2 diabetes, and he wasn't looking after himself. He lived on his own, and he had cellulitis in his feet, so both his feet were badly infected, and there was a chance that he could actually lose both feet. So he was taken into hospital, obviously to get antibiotics and to have the treatment for that. So that's how it started, really. And while he was in, they were doing a lot of tests on his heart, but Dad used to just say, oh, I've been away to get my heart tested and had this test, and never ever any more explanation. Not sure if it's because Dad asked him not to, don't know. So anyway, they managed to save his feet, which was good. And on the 1st of January, he was going to have to be moved from a private room to a ward, and my dad just was a very private person, decided he would discharge himself. So he went home, and within 2 weeks was becoming very ill, was being sick, constantly sick. And within 2 weeks after that, he was dead, basically. And during the time that he was being sick, we phoned the doctor, and they just kept saying it was a sickness bug, didn't even come out to see him. And we just kept phoning. It was a very dark colour, I think I've mentioned before. It was just wasn't right, wasn't natural. And one day I was going down to see him because he'd been so unwell. My brother had been there visiting. When I arrived, my brother was sitting in the sitting room, and he had had a lunchtime drink, and so he'd been snoozing, and my dad had gone for a lie down before I arrived. And as I walked in, tiny wee sheltered house in, flat, I looked in the bedroom, and David said, Dad's gone for a sleep. But I knew straight away, just the colour of his skin and everything, and I couldn't bring myself to go in at that time. It was like I didn't want to accept it, you know. So I just put the shopping in the kitchen, and then thought, right, I have to do this.
So you sort of knew before?
Yeah.
Before you even went
Yeah,
in?
it's just, it's whole, yeah. It was just the realisation, I think, at the time. It's just quite scary, you know.
So what did you do then? You went back?
Well, my brother went in to start CPR, and of course I had been taught, don't do CPR if you don't know what you're doing. So to me, I'm shouting, stop, stop, you know, you can do more harm and all this. At the same time, trying to phone an ambulance. I couldn't even remember where my dad lived. I couldn't even speak. I was just like, but they were very good actually on the phone, and then they said that they knew, don't worry, they would know where to come and like to keep watching for them and to direct them up the stairs to the house. So
did your dad live in a tenement?
Yeah, he was on the top floor, which was obviously it was nice because there's a lift, so, and he got a brilliant view of Golden Acre where he lived, so, and he'd been there all his life, so it was lovely. Then after that I just collapsed.